I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to talk about today, that I'm going to film a lot of videos that I'm going to get caught up on, but I don't feel like I can do a single other thing until I address what is happening here. So, hey, hi, how are ya? Welcome back. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are entering our 9th year of homeschooling. And today I want to discuss with you why I stopped chasing goals and started living. It's also going to be a wee bit of a life update. And yeah, today is definitely the time to give you this update because things have gone off the rails. Yeah, okay, let's go. We're going to talk about it. Before we go any further, guys, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Okay, so let me start with, I feel, and you guys know that this is the case for me, I tend to feel like if there's something that keeps coming up for me, like a theme or something like that in my life that I feel like just keeps circling back, it means that I have a lesson to learn from it and that I am meant to share my journey because complete sidebar, I recently started using a different system on the back end for YouTube. And so one of the things that I've done recently in an effort to grow as a content creator here on YouTube is that I've taken a different approach utilizing a different platform. One of the things that it does is it has you look at what your passion is for sharing. And I come here and I share about homeschool, but I also share about parenthood, family travel. And in answering some questions, I have uncovered one, who my ideal viewer is. And so I'll show you the picture because I had AI generate a picture. So from now on, I shall be talking to Janie. Janie is my new bestie. But also it had me questioning, like, what am I trying to share? And it allowed me to kind of get some clarity on what it is that like I'm trying to do here. And what I'm trying to do here is not necessarily to share about homeschooling or about motherhood or about family travel. I want to share motivation. I want to share what works for me to hopefully inspire and motivate others, because I feel like often my voice isn't heard. The things that work for me aren't talked about. The way we homeschool isn't shared. And so it is not about homeschool. It is about the journey. Okay. So right now we're going through a bit of a prickly pickle. And I am being reminded that it is about the journey. So there isn't a goalpost. Yes, there's always a thing. I recently keep seeing the thing on Instagram where it talks about, being an adult is just saying, oh, this week is tough, but it'll settle down soon, over and over and over again until you die. And I think there's so much joy that is left unspoken for, because we have fallen into kind of the rat race, the burnout culture, the way that we are simply trying to survive from one insanity to the next. And 2025 has felt really heavy. There's the recent catastrophic situations, floodings all over the country, not just here in Texas, political turmoil, stock market uncertainty, inflation, housing market bananas, like just there's so much bad, negative, and hard that it can be really hard to remember that there's so much good And that is why I come and share. I come and share because I want to remind not only others, but also myself. You guys know this is always, sharing here is always a cathartic experience for myself, that you can make everyday magic. It's right in the channel name. You can make everyday magic, and you should be looking for the magic in every day. So you should be finding the things that are good, finding the things that serve you, and seeking out the experience and not always just the arrival. Okay. So I want to remind you, as we're going into another homeschool year, when things get hard, when things get heavy, I don't want you thinking, oh, we just have to get through the 4 hours that is our homeschool day. We're just going to suck it up. We're going to make it through. We're going to white knuckle it. That's my description I've been using a lot recently. I'm white knuckling it through life right now, and I'll explain why in a minute. But that the joy in those moments is what should really be your focus and your celebration, because I promise you, you'll be happier if you can find the joy in that, because there's always a thing. There's always a giant calamity, catastrophe, stress. It's important to remember the good. All of that to say, here's a little bit of a life update. The reason I'm here, the reason the lighting is bad, the reason I feel extra shiny today, is because on the other side of this door, it is 90 degrees on the 3rd floor of our 4th floor home. This is day 11 of having no AC in our home. And it is one of those things where, had we had no AC and just been expected to do this on our own, we would have just paid the money and it would have been handled so much faster. But because we purchased this home, if you guys recall, in January, we have a home warranty, which is not something we normally purchase. It is not something we keep, but because it was part of the purchase process, we have it. And so because we have it, and because it is a qualified expense, meaning we won't have to spend the $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to have the system redone, we are trying to get the home warranty people to do it. The home warranty people, and I understand that it is insurance and it is a business, and their goal is to never have to pay out more than they take in, and they're certainly losing money on the transaction with us. I understand all of that. I understand things take time. However, there is still no end in sight. And it has been a nightmare. It has been really crappy. We've been in hotels. We've stayed with friends. We are currently in our home, and I have this tiny microphone so you can hear me, with like portable AC units in the main spaces. So like the bedrooms, things like that. So it's comfortable to be here. Not perfect, but comfortable. And we're also very busy right now. My youngest is fortunately off to camp, and I am hoping that she can come home and sleep in her bed for the first time in 2 weeks when we pick her up. Fingers crossed. It has been really insane. It has been really, really insane. It is the second summer where life is really crazy. Last summer, you guys know, we had a leak and my oldest was displaced and we had a hole in our kitchen. It was like a whole thing. And part of the motivation in deciding that we were going to move and sell was that we would get out of a house that was going to cause us constant grief. Here we are. Doesn't life have a funny way of just reminding you to find the joy in the journey? So here we are. We have a lot of other stuff going on as well. We will be doing starting up school in just over a week. So excited about that. I also might take a little pause in posting coming up, because something that I do not share very often is I know that I come here and I share and I give you a glimpse into our lives, but I don't share our personal lives very often. And that is by design, because I'm a real life person with a real life family, and I don't want my real life all over the internet. So I did have some testing done earlier this year for several things. I finally got a mammogram, which I hadn't done in a few years because, well, life happens. But I do have a baseline, because you're not even supposed to do it until you're 40, but I argued to get a baseline mammogram done because of family history. And they did find a difference between now and my baseline mammogram. And so I had to go in for further testing, things like that. The same day that I was going back for that further testing, I also had to go in and have a uterine biopsy. So I will be having surgery coming up soon, which means that I may need to take a break if it is not something that I feel like I can handle, which I have never done. I take my posting schedule, my commitments to being, self-employed and in this sphere very seriously. I try to be very timely, but life doesn't always work that way. And sometimes it's okay to prioritize other things. So nothing is cancerous. I am having a hysterectomy because either way I would need a surgery because I have some growths in my uterus that need to be addressed. So either way I'd be having a surgery, and I have several options, and I am just choosing to just on that uterus. So that is my plan. I will be uterless very, very soon. But between now and then, we still have a lot of life to live, and we are going to be enjoying the journey. My husband and I have an adults only trip coming up planned for our 15th wedding anniversary, which is like a million years. So I will probably share a little bit of that again, last bit of summer and starting up our new homeschool year. So lots of changes, lots of life update. Don't forget our homeschool year this year is looking very different. And I'm going to talk about that. Actually, one of the videos that I'm intending to film while I sit in this remotely cool spot is about extracurriculars and starting our homeschool day. Just like a few things a little bit of housekeeping that I feel like needs to go up before we start sharing back to school content. So just some things that are coming up. We will be deep diving all of our curriculums that we're using. I've got a few vendors that we'll be highlighting coming up really soon with some great offers. Don't forget to sign up for our monthly newsletter. I don't think that you will see that before this goes up, but I do offer a little bit of stuff through our monthly newsletters just once a month, and you can sign up, and that's usually where I'll throw in templates or special offers and just give you a little bit more of kind of a closer bit of life update. Usually in the month is just processing how I'm feeling and how it's going. So that basically all of this, the long and the short of it, is to remind you that life is happening. Time is passing, whether you want it to or not. You might as well enjoy the ride, regardless of the absolute burning inferno dumpster fire of whatever it is that's happening to you or around you. There's always something good. Be the good. There's always joy to find. And I am a huge believer that all things are working in my favor. Whether it is crummy now or crummy later, I am a huge, huge believer that universally, cosmically, through the power of God, all things that are happening to me, in front of me, before me, are meant to serve me well in the long run, and that this somehow will be a good thing for our family or a blessing. Like I said, maybe it's just fortunate that we just don't have to drop the $10,000 to have the system done, even if it does mean we've got to wait a little bit. But if you're wondering, super home warranty, don't buy them. Super home warranty, do not buy them. But yes, I just feel like it is worth reminding you as we are on the threshold of another insane season of life. I want to remind you to find the good, to take the time to make everyday magic. I found this amazing little quote snippet that talked about how most of your child's life, you will know them as an adult. And that for a wonderful, shiny blink of an eye, you get them as children. So yes, things are difficult for my family right now. We're displaced. It's inconvenient. But I am trying to remember that, 10 days is kind of a significant chunk of a month. It's kind of a significant chunk of a year. A year is a big chunk of their childhood. So I am constantly trying to remind myself that finding good in the here and now is going to serve me in the long run so much better. I don't want to be waiting for the next shoe to drop. I don't want to be waiting for things to calm down. I don't want to be waiting for when it will get good. If I have even a glimmer of hope to make it good right now, that's my job. I'm going to show up in that way. So things are hard. Things are coming right now. Things are really, really hot because in case you did not know, this is the driest week it's been all summer here in Houston. And temperature yesterday on my car said 102. So that is joyful for us. We are currently waiting to see if FedEx will be dropping off the new unit. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday. So now there is a wonderfully glorious shipping delay. Fingers crossed, I have AC, like normal AC in the home by the time the little gets back. But find the magic in every day. And if you can't find the magic, make the magic. Make every day magic. These are the only ones you have. There's only 365 a year. Find your joy. Share your joy with those around you. And even if, and I get this a lot from my oldest, like she is so disgusted sometimes at my optimism, but it's what we got. So I'm going to keep on rolling with it. Just want to remind you that you can always chase the goalposts. You can always chase the finish line. But if you aren't enjoying the race, if you aren't enjoying the game, final score isn't going to matter. You're going to lose. So guys, I hope that you found it as helpful, entertaining, or informative. Yeah, let me know. I don't know. I might feel like it's valuable at some point to share my little bit of health journey. Maybe. We'll see. Let me know if you'd be interested. Other than that, guys, let me know. What are the ways in which you are making everyday magic? Because I just want to remind you that that's how we change the world. We figure out how to make everyday magic and we teach our kids. And then there's just more good and more magic in the world. And not that it's our job, but like we should do it. Okay. So guys, I hope that you found it as helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Don't forget, get out there and make everyday magic. I will let you know if we ever get air conditioning, central AC in my house again. I honestly, I'm so doubtful some days, but you know, we are comfortable and we are here and we are together and we are happy. And thank the good Lord up in heaven, I get to do all this with people I actually like, because I think about that so often. Like, what if I didn't like these people? Oh gosh, how hard would that be? How hard would that be? These are the things that make or break marriages. So thank God that I like the people I live with. But anyways, bye guys. I would love to hear. Share with us. How are you making everyday magic? Are you apprehensive heading into the new school year? What are you feeling? What are your thoughts? How is it going? Let us know. Bye guys.